go. All's well that ends well. Hopefully. So, oh, actually, you know what I just realized? I got a new mic. So, hopefully, you know what? I'm just gonna try and put that on and see if I actually sound a lot clearer. Give me 1 second. Gonna be like a test, but here we go. Let me rip it open. You know, gotta have that good equipment, you know. HyperX headset I got gifted for graduation, and I haven't opened it yet. So let me just pull this bad boy open. Beautiful. This is now an unboxing channel. Confirm. Totally not sponsored, by the way. I don't know if I'm gonna figure out how to set it up in time, but we still need Mikami, by the way, in for our first round match. She doesn't show up in 2 minutes. We're gonna move to the second match between Galleon, Mystery, Raiwi, and Jalen. I hope I'm pronouncing all of your tags correctly. It's hard a lot of the time. Like Jalen, I don't know if it's Jalen, but I'm just gonna take my best guess here. But Jalen, all right, just making sure. Thank you for that. Here we go. Let's see if I can figure this out. And then you'll actually be able to hear me. But we'll figure this out. The fact that Mikami isn't showing up means I might have to play on my own, or we might just DQ our team for Mr. FAQ. But Mikami generally tends to show up, just needs a bit of a reminder occasionally, but definitely one of the best at showing up and very consistent. So a lot of respect. I mean, touch controls are allowed, but keyboard controls tend to be a lot easier to use. Okay, I'm still disconnected, I guess. Okay. Is registration over? No, LA Magic. Feel free to hop in. I'll put you on the same team as Mr. FAQ. Glad to see someone hop in there. There you go. I told you, Mr. FAQ. I told you you'd find a teammate. I will have to update your seed though now. So that's awesome to see, actually. I think LA Magic, you have a 40-something, and FAQ, you have a 30-something. So I think that puts you here. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Wait, what's your seating? What's your sprint time again, LA Magic? I know FAQ has like a 39, or maybe something better than that if it's been beating. How did I know? I'm just sick, dude. I bet you wish you were that cool. 36, wow, you're getting so much faster, Mr. FAQ. It's crazy. What a champion. Here we go. So I'm gonna ping Mikami again just to make sure. $40.6. Dang. You're so much better than me, dog. I need to get much better. I'm still at a 44. It's not a good look. We should play sometime, actually. Okay. You know what? Okay, Rutabaga, relax. Okay, relax. 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 Imagine losing to someone with a 44 in tournament. Got him. I mean, everyone improves at their own rate, and you're pretty new, aren't you, Jalen? So don't feel bad about it. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna figure this out later with the headset, unless that's like really important. I think you can all hear me to some degree. So we're chilling, hopefully. But either way, so Mikami doesn't seem to be here yet, so we'll skip over that match and we'll have Mogarin, Suboptimal, Raiwi, and Jalen. Yeah, I won't tag you, it's fine. Because I see Raiwi and Jalen in chat. So okay. Mogarin OP very much. That's definitely going to be a difficult hurdle for your team to overcome. Hello, Prestons. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, okay, let's see how this is going to go. All right, we're going to start the tournament just because I can, and I'm that cool. Let's, so suboptimal. So yeah, Raiwi, hop in, please, and join blue with Jalen, I guess. And yeah, go for it. AG Cuber, is this Jalen? I'm a tomato, of course. You know me and I know you exactly. Yeah, yeah, man. Of course. I see again. I bet you wish you were that cool. Oh, Jay. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I should get kicked pretty soon, actually. But either way, we still need Mogarin, and yeah, Raiwi, you can hop onto red now. Hopefully. Oh, God, I put quotes around the. Okay. So yeah, Mogarin is just hopping in. It's his first tournament with VTV here. But yeah, can't wait to see how he performs. I've played him in tournament before, in a different tournament. I believe it was Ishiban's. And he's a very impressive player, sub 30, very impressive APM, very strong player. So I can't wait to see uh, how he and Suboptimal perform against Raiwi and Jalen. Yeah, I'll ping Raiwi, I guess. If you could just hit new game a bunch of times and top out, actually. Yo, I can't wait to team with Mikami. Okay, Raiwi should be able to hop in now. Yeah. Alright, yeah, can't wait to see how this goes. How does the seeding work? Alright, the seeding works is based on sprint time. We take the average between the two players' sprints and we take the average of. Okay, here we go, right? We should be able to join again in a second. But the seeding is, yeah, the average of the two sprints. Okay, here we go. It looks like this is going to be the first warm-up between the two teams. after the pairings are random, used by a random group generator, and then the average of both sprint times determines the seeding. Is how it works. So you get some OP and underpowered teams. And yeah, Mogren and Suboptimal is definitely one of the favorites here. Uh, Definitely both very strong players, especially Mogren, who I've just seen. It's very nice to see him enter Tetris Tuesdays because I've seen him as a very strong player, and I've played him, and he's a very strong player. And I can't wait to see how he does. But yeah, just playing very clean. 7-2 stacking is very interesting, but he's just keeping it clean, keeping his APM high. Very solid here. And yeah, it looks like Raiwi's going to top out. But yeah, Raiwi also a very strong multiplayer player. So I can't wait to see how it all turns out. Here we go. I'll full screen this so that it's a little bit better to see, and I'll make sure it shows on Streamlabs as well. Here we go. Hope that's a bit better. So we have a huge early lead, bit of a misdrop there from Jalen, and he's having a bit of trouble digging out of that sort of situation. And Mogren a bit of a it wasn't a misdrop, turns it into a very nice Z-prop T-spin. We'll see if he's able to use that hole as a donation, but instead uses it as an anchor. Actually, a T-spin, rather. Opts not to go for that. And Jalen already topped out. Raiwi's going to have to mount some sort of crazy comeback to come back here. We'll see if he has it in him or not. But he seems to be having a little bit of trouble here, and that's going to be game one, going to Suboptimal and Lord Mogren. So this is already their game point here. We'll see if they're able to make something happen, or whether Lord Mogren and Suboptimal are going to take it. So here we go, game two between Raiwi and JSTRX here, and we'll see what happens here. Both players starting out very strong. Raiwi and JSTRX actually, or Jalen, able to downstack a good deal here, even if he's having a bit of trouble with speed, and that's really helping his survivability here. But even now he's having a lot of trouble just sort of keeping up, and being able to downstack here is so important. And it looks like he topped out there. Now, Lord Mogren, a bit of misdropping there, which is going to be not the easiest for him to overcome. But Suboptimal still got a very clean stack here, and that's going to let him help out his teammate in that situation of high pressure. And this is looking like a victory for Lord Mogren and Suboptimal. And there you go. Good set between these players. And that's going to be them moving on. 2-0. Here we go. All right, next up, we're going to go back to me and Mikami against Rutabaga and Argentina. Here we go. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. And yeah, it looks like we're... Right, here we go. Looks like we're gonna be me and Mikami against Rutabaga and Argentina. It's gonna be an interesting one, honestly. I from what I've seen, myself, and Mikami and Rutabaga are relatively close in skill level. And I haven't seen Argentina play. Jeez, I'm already playing terribly. Yeah, here we go. And yeah, it looks like okay. Thank you, Mikami, for holding out. All right, good luck. Have fun to both players and both teams. Can't wait to see how this one goes. Oh no, I topped out. I'm sorry, Mikami. Dude, do you want to see the stats, by the way, chat? Because that's something I can easily just bam and pull up, and then, oh, actually, the stats look kind of janky in the teams menu. I'll keep that out of there, actually, for now. If people don't mind it, then I'll put them back in a sec. Oh no, I played so bad. I'm sorry, Mikami, I'm sorry. We'll run it back through losers. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll find a way to win. Don't worry. Promise. But yeah, interesting match going on here. Mikami's still keeping it very close here and very respectable. Uh, Mikami playing very solid, a little bit close to the top here, but able to get through that pretty nicely. Just a lot of pressure from Rutabaga and Argentina. All right, and here we go. Now we're going to have, I do believe we're going to have, okay, here we go. We're going to have Mr. FAQ and LA Magic, and Ishiban and Preston's. So can't wait to see how that all turns out. Uh, oh, I think Mr. FAQ is in here. I'll ping Ishiban and oh, here we go. Preston's TV is already in here. And who else do we have in this match? Don't let me forget. Oh, Mr. FAQ. Okay, Mr. FAQ is in there. We're waiting on Ishiban. And actually, Mr. FAQ is with LA Magic, and So yeah, can't wait to see how this one turns out. Mr. FAQ and LA Magic, a very strong team. But Ishiban is actually known for being very clutch in teams. I've seen him make a 4v1 comeback before in the against a lot of Vietnamese players. So I can't wait to see if he and Preston are able to make something happen, or whether LA Magic and Mr. FAQ are able to steamroll it. Uh, okay. Um, so just making sure I don't have a ping from Ishiban. Uh, if Ishiban is offline, I might just move on to the next round matches. It looks like he might be offline actually. He is. So we're gonna just move on to the next match for now. And we'll let Galleon and Mystery play Rutabaga and Argentino. Uh, if just for now until Ishiban shows up. If he doesn't show up after the next game, Preston's can play for himself, uh, which would be unfortunate. But chances are he'll show up. He's pretty good with that stuff. And this is definitely going to be a very interesting one. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay. So now everyone who's up. Oh wait, here we go. Ishiban is here. Sorry, false alarm. Good that you showed up. And we're going to be able to run LA Magic and Mr. FAQ against Ishiban and Preston's. Here we go. LA Magic is back. We'll see if but here we go. Perfect. Uh so it looks like they're about to start here. So can't wait to see how these go. Can't wait to see how these go. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. Here we go, game one. Ishiban, Preston, Mr. FAQ, and LA Magic. LA Magic, bit of a messy stack so far, but we'll see if he's able to come back. A lot of doubles is about spiking your opponent and making sure that they have to eat a lot of garbage, even in bad scenarios. Even with LA Magic having a little bit of messy stacking, Ishiban and Preston's are keeping it pretty respectable. Preston's having a little bit of trouble, actually, right now. We'll see if he's able to downstack. Does not look like he'll be able to, and we'll see whether Ishiban is able to pull out the clutch on this game here. But it's going to be relatively tough for him, even though I would argue in a 1v1 scenario, he would defeat both of these players. Oh, and that misdrop isn't going to do him any favors here. Oh, and that's very difficult to come back from. And that's game one going to LA Magic and Mr. FAQ. Sorry, that was the warm-up. My bad. I tried. There we go. And yeah, good luck, have fun. Let's see how this one turns out. So game one here of the series, Ishiban opening up with a TKI. Preston's doing the same, but a little bit slower. Mr. FAQ, a little bit of a misdrop there, unfortunately, from him, but we'll see. He's cleaning up quite nicely right now. And back to a very nice clean playing field. Ishiban, a lot of misdrops here. We'll see. It looks like he might have issues getting down through all that. Preston's keeping a nice clean stack. but on the left, setting up for something that he really can't manage to go for. And choosing not to use his eyepiece there to downstack does look like it'll be a mistake there. And Ishiban is just keeping it nice, clean, and just very good here so far, but it might not be enough for him. We'll see whether he's able to make something happen, but it does not look like it. And now we're on here to game two with a game lead from Mr. FAQ and LA Magic, but Mr. FAQ misdropping his TKI. We'll see if Ishiban and Prestons are able to capitalize on that, but it does look like they won't be able to very much. But both players in a little bit of a rough spot on Team Red right now, where Prestons and Ishiban are just keeping it very low, very respectable, and very clean here. So we'll see whether they're able to make some sort of spike happening. LA Magic, very nice T-spin triple setup there. Only opts to go for the double. But that sort of spiking is what they need to get rid of Preston and push their advantage. And that does seem to be what's happening here, where Preston just having a little bit of trouble here. Very nice downstack, though, from him. And now LA Magic in a little bit of a rough spot. Preston's not out of it, though. And it looks like he might top out in a second here. Ishiban is going to have to make magic happen. And with stacking like that, doesn't look like it'll happen. Good games. Can't wait to see what Team Blue will do in losers, and can't wait to see how FAQ and Magic play against Suboptimal and Mogren. Alright, so Raiwi, Jalen, and Ishiban Prestons will happen off stream, so please schedule your match for that. In the meantime, we'll do Galleon. In the meantime, we're going to be doing Rutabaga Argentino and Galleon Mystery. Here we go. Who's in the room here? It looks like we have Mogren. Mogren, it looks like you're gonna have to hop out. Yeah, right. We feel free to ping your opponent on Discord. That's totally chill. And it looks like we're gonna have Galleon and Mystery are both in the room. Okay, so yeah, also feel free to agree on a warm-up, competitors. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like they're making a match in losers. Yeah, Mogren looks like he's gonna have to spec here. Here we go, and now Galleon can hop in. Perfect. Looks like we're all ready to get. Is this already winner semis here? It does look like it. Or quarterfinals, as Challenge would prefer to call it. Yeah, looks like they're gonna have a warm-up game here. So Mystery, a very renowned player, especially in this community, but has also been entering a lot more events lately. A very impressive player in both speed and skill, able to just consistently play very clean and very well. And even when he makes mistakes, his speed is generally enough to patch those up quite quickly. Having a little bit of trouble sending huge spikes right now, it looks like. Oh, Argentina, a little bit of a misdrop on the T-spin double, but able to clean things up here, it looks like. And yeah, Rutabaga keeping things clean as well, and no one in real danger of topping out yet. As I say that, Argentino eating a little bit of a spike, and Rutabaga quite high up the board as well. Galleon and Mystery both just playing very clean, very simple, and just making it happen. And Rutabaga, oh, on the verge of topping out there, but did manage to downstack. Now Argentino in a lot of danger here. The question is whether Mystery and Galleon will be able to press that advantage. Rutabaga, so much cheese, it's going to be really difficult to dig out of for any player. And with that, it looks like Mystery and Galleon are going to take the warm up. Let's see what happens in game one. See whether Argentino and Rutabaga are able to make things happen or not. And since we've got a small tournament today, it does look like we'll be able to have most of the losers matches on stream. Uh, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, Mystery a little high up. Ooh, very nice spike. Rutabaga definitely pro with the spiking his opponents early with the BT cannon generally. Topping out Galleon. We'll see if Mystery is able to bring it back here and just keep himself alive. But he has a lot of cheese to get through, and it's going to be very tough for any player to make this kind of comeback here. Does manage to get the T-spin to cancel out the garbage sent to him and is managing to downstack quite effectively, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. Uh, yeah, BT Cannon, Rutabaga just spikes very nicely with it. It's very impressive to see and to play against. And we'll see whether Galleon and Mystery are able to make the sort of necessary adaptations to make sure they don't get spiked again. Yeah, Rutabaga already got his C-spin prepared here, it looks like, and did manage to execute some form of attack there, but both Galleon and Mystery do seem to be surviving it. Now both are kind of prone to big spikes here. Rutabaga just a little bit of cheese he has to get through, and his own sort of stacking errors before he can downstack. Does manage to get through it, barely though. We'll see if now Argentino, very nice reaching the garbage here. Mystery eating only clean in response though, so that's a lot of potential for a big spike. And that's exactly what happened. Oh, Galleon in a little bit of trouble here. We'll see whether he's able to make something happen here. Does top out. We'll see whether Mystery is able to clutch something out here. But Rutabaga and Argentino just keeping it really clean and really nice. Mystery just knows he has to play a little bit offensively here. This is a very close set here. The potential number one seed might be going out here, and it does look like it. Argentino and Rutabaga, very impressive, taking out Mystery and Galleon. And good games to both. And congratulations to Rutabaga and Argentina. Next up, we're going to have Mogren Suboptimal against Mr. FAQ and LA Magic. Can't wait to see what happens there. But yeah, congrats to Rutabaga and Argentina. That's definitely an outcome I would not have predicted, but that's certainly something. And yeah, after this, I think we're going to run losers quarters before running winners finals. Yeah. It looks like everyone's already in the room. Very convenient. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. No 2-1 sets so far. Curious to see what's going to happen. But yeah, Mogren and Suboptimal. La Magic. All right, gotcha. Sorry, La Magic. That's my bad. Looks like they're going to be doing a warm-up here since they didn't say their good luck, have funs. I'll take a guess and say that it's that. Now these teams are both very impressive. Suboptimal is very quick, not necessarily the best multiplayer player, but speed is super important in teams, which is all about surviving and keeping your opponent in with you. And it looks like Mogren is just spiking like crazy with suboptimal to there to back him up. And it's going to look very difficult if things go like that. Thank you for reporting, Ishii. I'll put that in a second. And yeah, good luck, have fun to both parties. Let's get this show on the road. And oh, LA Magic, a little bit of misdrops, a couple misdrops there immediately at the start here. We'll see whether FAQ is able to sort of compensate for that. But both players now pretty much ready to downstack their garbage, and they receive mostly clean. Oh, LA Magic, a couple of misdrops there. It's going to be very difficult to sort of recover from a scenario like that, and that's already a top out there. Mogren just keeping the attacks very nice, very clean so far, and FAQ a little bit of a misdrop there as well. It's going to be very difficult to sort of go for that and to sort of achieve victory in a scenario like that where both of your team members misdrop. But LA Magic playing very quick, especially focusing a lot on speed there just to get some big spikes off. And that DT cannon certainly did come pretty quickly. And Suboptimal a little bit under a little bit of pressure right here. We'll see whether he's able to come back from that sort of situation. Mogren, a little bit of an eyepiece misdrop as well. It's a good opportunity for LA Magic and Mr. FAQ to make something happen. And as I say that, Suboptimal does top out here. So this is their chance to take a game from Mogren and Suboptimal here. But we'll see if Mogren, you can't ever count him out. Very impressive, very strong player, and very clean especially. And we'll see whether he's able to bring it back or not. But it does look like he's under a lot of pressure here, just from all the attacks being sent to him. But is able to sort of get down pretty effectively here, it seems. So we'll see whether he's able to make some ruckus happen and shake up and win this 2v1 scenario. Mr. FAQ and LA Magic, though, keeping it very clean and making this very difficult for Mogren to mount any sort of comeback. But at the same time, not really playing very aggressive here. Focused a lot on survival and just to sort of keep their advantage. But eventually, if you don't put Mogren under enough pressure, it might be difficult to sort of come out with the victory still. But they do manage it just in time. Very close match there, but that was very close there. Very impressive from both teams. So here we go, our first game 3 of the tournament. Mr. FAQ able to get the perfect clear. We'll see whether Suboptimal is able to get the T-spin off in time. Does look like it. Did have to wait a little bit for that T-piece. A little bit risky there, but did manage to get it off. And now LA Magic just can't eat all the pressure from Mogren and Suboptimal. And it looks like that's going to be a clean 2-1 from Mr. FAQ and LA Magic. Good games. Okay, here we go. We have received a 2-0 victory for Ishiban from the studio, we called him up, and but yeah, this was definitely a very close set and a good one to watch. So next up, we're gonna have Galleon and Mystery against Ishiban and Preston's. Yeah. So, and then after that, we'll do FAQ and LA Magic against and La Magic. Sorry, keep messing that up. Against myself and Mikami. We're just gonna give them a match break. Coming off a loss, never a place where you want to be. Ishii, feel free to ping Preston, I guess. There he is. Perfect. And then it looks like we're gonna have a Galleon and Mystery as well. Yeah, Mystery's in here. And Ishii is as well, and Galleon is too. Alright, let's not mix up the teams here. And yeah, can't wait to see what happens here. We'll see whether they opt to go for a warm-up or not. It does look like it. Yeah, can't wait to see how this one goes. I predict Mystery and Galleon, but that prediction didn't work out last time against Rutabaga and Argentino, who are in a very impressive run so far. You know, for being fifth seed, being in winners finals, very difficult, but a very impressive achievement. So congrats to them. We'll see how they can do against the other teams who have been performing well. Mystery and Galleon here at a pretty good sort of point and a pretty safe sort of stack to the point where it looks like this is going to be a pretty clean victory in their warm-up game. It's just difficult to sort of compensate from any team for one player who just so happens to be a little bit slower or just is unable to downstack quickly enough to sort of keep up with a lot of the other amazing players in this room. Yeah, good luck, have fun to both teams. Here we go, game one of the series. Mystery opting for quick TKI here. And Ishiban, I don't know what that kind of opener was. A lot of questionable openers we see from him a lot of the time. But yeah, we'll see whether he's able to downstack that in a little bit of a rough spot there. Does manage, it looks like, to reach the garbage, but is it too little too late? It does look like it might be here. Oh, yeah, very unfortunate for Ishiban taking a quick L there, and that's going to be a very quick 1-0 lead for Mystery and Galleon. We'll see whether Ishiban and Preston's will be able to make a sort of comeback here, but Ishiban, a little bit of unclean stacking again here. Uh, and Preston's also having a bit of difficulty. Galleon just stacking Tetrises, realizing that that might be enough APM for him without having to undergo a serious risk of a mistake or a misdrop. And it does seem to be working out pretty well. Preston's did top out, and Mystery just keeps pumping out that APM. Good games to both. Very difficult matchup for Ishiban and Preston's there. Just a little out of, just sort of blown out of the water there. And Galleon Mystery showing that even after a loss, they can come back very quickly. Next up, we're going to have myself and Mikami against, I believe, LA Magic and Mr. FAQ. So can't wait to see how that goes. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. I don't know why this looks so scuffed. So I'll actually just rejoin. Just because it looks a little broken here. My bad, my bad. Okay, looks like we're going to be going for a warm-up here. Good luck, have fun. Tell Suboptimal if he loses, I don't forgive him, says Ishiban. Well, we'll see how that one goes. Yeah, sorry I can't really provide adequate commentary over my own matches. It's just very difficult to sort of play and talk at the same time, and it's something that I wish I could do better, but unfortunately I can't. And for me, playing does just so happen to take the priority. Here we go, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, what's up? am, believe it or not. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Apologies for the keyboard clacks as well. Yeah, good games. No, it's okay, Mikami. I played very badly in our winners match, so it's only fair. Don't feel bad, please. It was still a very good set. Good games. Very much enjoyed that. But let's see. I think we're gonna. Should we run winners or losers semis here? Let's just run winners finals. So, yeah, best of three is very tough. Oh, Ishiban, I'm just messing around. You're good. Don't worry about it. So it looks like we're gonna have Rutabaga and Argentino against Mogren and Suboptimal. I'll ping the ones who aren't here, if need be. I think Mogren and Suboptimal are already here though, so all good. Oh, it's all good, Ishiban. That's my bad. For not realizing. Should have reminded you sooner, you know? Yeah, can't wait to see how this one turns out. Best of three is a very difficult format, so definitely a lot of upset potential. And yeah, let's see how this one goes. Curious to see what happens here. And the Rutabaga and Argentina already having a lot of trouble just dealing with the sort of pressure. It does look like he misdropped his BT cannon a bit there. And Suboptimal in a little bit of a rough spot as well, to be fair. We'll see if Argentina is able to make something happen. But I think their team, I think I've figured out, what makes their team so great. It's that they complement each other very well, their sort of play styles. Where Rutabaga is very good at sort of finding those opener spikes and just doing a lot of damage. Where Argentino just has a very solid mid game and just plays very clean and is able to keep up the pressure. So it's like a strategy where they try to knock out someone very quickly and then just try to overwhelm the second player with Argentino's APM. But Suboptimal, very quick with the perfect clear here. Rutabaga going for a little bit of a greedy BT setup there. We'll see whether he's able to salvage it or not, but it does look like, unfortunately, he's going to tank a lot of garbage there. Just unable to get it off in time. Unfortunate luck there with his T-piece. And Suboptimal, a bit of a messy stack here, but Mogren just playing very clean, keeping up his solid play. Very nice STSD setup from him. And it's going to be difficult for anyone to deal with a spike like that coming from him, as well as the pressure of a second player. And it looks like Argentino definitely seems to be having trouble dealing with that. Is managing to downstack very nicely, though. Definitely keeping it competitive. It's very difficult to keep any 1v2 scenario competitive, but he's certainly doing it here. And yeah, very good game there. Mogren, just a very impressive APM. So can't wait to see what happens. And Rutabaga also again misdropping his sort of special BT cannon, which is always unfortunate to see, since that's very key to their strategy, it seems. But Mogren and Suboptimal just seem to be making it happen here. And it's going to be difficult for Rutabaga Argentino. They're in a little bit of a rough spot right now, though, and Suboptimal is playing very clean. We'll see whether they're able to make something happen here. But Rutabaga, again, in a really difficult spot here. They were unable to capitalize on sort of Suboptimal's mistakes there. And it does look like that's going to be a quick 2-0 from Mogren and Suboptimal against the upset team of the century, Rutabaga and Argentino. So very good games there. Next up, we have losers semifinals between Mr. FAQ, LA Magic, Galleon, and Mystery. I tend to ping people who aren't already in the room, is uh, is what I went for there. But yeah, can't. Oh, here we go. We have Mystery, and we still need Galleon as well. Uh, but it's been very nice actually. After the first couple rounds, everyone's been showing up very nicely to their matches, which I appreciate. Looks like they're probably gonna have a warm up. Yeah, here we go. We have warm up here. Mystery opting for a TKI, the one I like to go for actually. So big fan, you know. Love that opener. LA Magic, quick little DT cannon there, followed by a nice Kaidan there. Very solid from him. Mystery and FAQ, just now FAQ, a little bit of a misdrop there. And Galleon keeping it clean here. And it's going to be difficult for LA Magic and Mr. FAQ to sort of keep up with that APM. And it definitely looks like they're having a couple of troubles here so far. This looks like an opportunity for Team Blue to top them out, and they take it. Good luck, have fun to both. We'll see whether the number one seed is able to keep their losers run going, or whether Mr. FAQ and LA Magic are able to make it happen. Yeah, very clean so far from both teams here. Galleon and Mystery just playing very nice, very solid here. Very good Tetris. And even, you know, even with the couple of mistakes that we see, even at their immense speed levels, they're just able to clean them up so quickly. And that's really what sort of differentiates them from the players on the top, who, although very impressive players in their own right, just seem to have a bit of trouble just making the things happen. Oh, Mr. FAQ, very intelligent DT cannon setup, but didn't realize that the garbage was under it. And Galleon did top out here, so we'll see whether Mystery is actually able to keep their team alive. That's going to be a very difficult task, but we'll see what happens there. FAQ and LA Magic going to have to pile on some form of pressure, and it's going to be pretty difficult uh, for Mystery to make this comeback, but playing super clean, super solid. If anyone can do it, it's him. Doesn't look like he'll be able to, though. Did send the most lines out of everyone, which is very impressive. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. LA Magic and FAQ. LA Magic, a little bit of a misdrop, unfortunately. We'll see whether Mystery and Galleon are able to capitalize on it. And as I say that, a little bit of a couple mistakes there, but LA Magic able to survive the big spike. And now Galleon in a little bit of I was going to say a little bit of a rough spot, but just downstacked all that clean garbage. And now it's anyone's game again. And they're both teams playing very clean. Oh, LA Magic covering up his garbage there. Don't like that decision, and that's going to top him out there. We'll see whether Mystery and Galleon are able to make this the most out of this situation. Mr. FAQ, though, still very low on his playing field. Does also mean he's not setting up any spikes, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but just able to keep it very competitive here. And yeah, oh, it does look like he misdropped an eyepiece, just was unable to get down from that height. And here we go. Going into game 3 here. Let's see who takes this one. Very close set so far. Mystery and Galleon, again, the #1 seed. Would be pretty unfortunate to see them out at 4th for them. But with the fight that LA Magic and Mr. FAQ are putting up, it does look like they'll definitely have deserved the win if they do get it. But it's definitely going to be a high mountain to climb for them. And Mystery and Galleon just able to keep their playfield so clean and so low. Mystery, a little bit of risky stacking there, but does manage to get down just in time. And a little bit of a mistake there on dropping a little bit of a misdrop on the L piece there, but does manage to turn it in actually to a very nice T-spin single donated. And Mr. FAQ, it just looks like a little bit too much pressure there for him, and that's good games. Very close set, but Mystery and Galleon did take the cake on that one. Yeah, this is La Magic and Mr. FAQ though, very impressive. And next up, we have losers finals between Rutabaga, Argentino, Galleon, and Mystery. And here we go, everyone already in, it looks like. Time to see how this one turns out. Losers finals. This one's going to be best of 5 now. And it looks like there's going to be a warm-up. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Yep, there does look like they're warming up here. Rutabaga going for the signature BT. Oh, misdropping the eyepiece, unfortunately, though, and it does look like they're going to eat a massive spike in return for that. Now, reminder, Rutabaga and Argentino did actually 3-0 this team in winners, or 2-0, apologies. But we'll see whether Mystery and Galleon are able to make the adaptations that they need to defeat this team. And this warm-up game definitely looks like they might be able to. Rutabaga just having a little bit of trouble there. Does manage to get the T-spin off, it looks like. Oh, unfortunately not. And it does look like that's going to be game 1 going to Mystery and the warm-up game. Apologies. Going to Mystery and Galleon. And here we go. Game 1.